keynote speaker, who is Dr. Tiffany Harris, a devoted wife and mother who wears many hats. She's not just an in-demand, international, award-winning, inspirational speaker. She's also a coach, a mindset coach, a mentor, and a three-time author. She has a growing consulting company called Shift Your Mindset and Dream Big, LLC. That sounds good, doesn't it? With 2 prestigious Changemaker of the Year awards under her belt, she's also a Business Grammy nominee, a Faith Made Millionaire nominee, and an alum of the Ignite Speakers program developed by the one and only Lisa Nichols. Beyond those titles, Dr. Harris is the visionary behind Win Women Empower, a global women's membership community. Her mission is to empower individuals worldwide to transform their mindset, allowing them to reach new heights in all aspects of their lives, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. At the core of Dr. Harris's philosophy lies the belief that shifting your mindset can also alter the course of your life. Get ready to soar, scale, and succeed with Dr. Harris leading the way.
Good, everything went well. She spoke well, with intelligence, courage, and she really gave a positive message to all the 8th graders that's about to go to high school now. So they should take that into keep a mental note of that. When they return to school, they'll be fine.
It was a really good and powerful message. Everybody really thought that it was good. I was looking around the room to see how everybody's reaction was, and they had very a strong emotional agreement into the speech. And even my ELA teacher, she was taken aback and she loved it, and I know Miss Newkirk loved it. She doing amazing actually, and the speech was top 10 out of 10.
Dr. Harris's speech was so wonderful. It was so inspirational. I think the children are going to really listen to what she had to say and keep it in their minds while they're going through high school. I know my granddaughter will keep it in mind, and I really was inspired listening to her.
Nice person. She really inspired me, and when she gave us these wristbands, teaching us thorough, and her favorite, not her favorite color, but she wear a lot of red. Yeah, I like red.
I feel like she was very genuine and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very inspiring. And when she talked about her past, it inspired me to do better. And that's what I just loved about the whole speech and what she brought to.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to another morning episode of Tea with Dr. T. And I am so grateful that you are here with me on a Sunday morning. Shout out to y'all. It's something special about those who show up on the weekend, right? I told y'all, my daughter said on the weekend, you supposed to sleep in. All right, but y'all were here yesterday morning. Y'all are back today, Sunday morning. For some of you, it is 7:02 a.m. like it is for me. For some of you, it is 6:02 a.m. For some of you, you're on the West Coast, you're in California, and it is 4:02 a.m. for you. And some of you, it's a little bit later in the afternoon. I had someone here yesterday, y'all, from Hawaii, and it was midnight where she was, okay? Midnight. All right. And so listen, wherever you are tuning in from, I thank you so much for the sacrifice, right? This is a sacrifice. You are sacrificing your time. You are sacrificing your sleep. It's just to be here. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. And so when you come in, if you're new here, one of the things that I do ask is that you share this live show. Share it with all the women, yes, plural, women that you know who need to be here to sip on this faith-fueled, flavored type of tea, okay? And so just in case you did not know, this is a shift your mindset and dream big type of tea. This is a you will win no matter what type of tea. This is a you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you type of tea. So go ahead. I told y'all yesterday, yes, you can tag them, you can share, but somebody you need to call them, right? Not even text them. Get them on the phone. Say, girl, get up. Dr. Harris is on for Morning Tea with Dr. T. You better get on up. Here's the link. Here's her social media handle. So go ahead and let them know. So thank you all for your shares. I see you, Misty. I see you. Thank you so much. And listen, y'all are here from all over, and I want to be able to rep your city, rep your state, rep where you're from. So put it in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? I've seen Oklahoma City. I told y'all last night it was somebody here from Hawaii. She may be here again. I can't see right now. We've had Liberia here, Jamaica here, Trinidad here, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Florida, California, North Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, Chicago, Maryland, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other places that I can't think of. But I thank you all so much. Arizona. Someone's here from Arizona today. So that's the first time. And so I think Alabama, my God. And so I just thank God for the reach and for the stretch and just for all of you being here. And so good morning. Happy Sunday. All right. So listen, we have a very exciting topic on today. So come on in, get settled, get settled. If you're just coming in, welcome to Morning Tea with Dr. T. This is where mindset, leadership, and purpose meet. I am your host, Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. All right. And so what I want you to do, y'all already know, for those of you who've been here, those of you who are new here, you're about to find out. I need you to go and grab your tea. And I'm having water today, by the way. I just need some water right now. But you can go ahead and grab your tea. You can grab your coffee. If you also want to get your cup of water, get your smoothie, whatever it is that you need this morning, you go and get your beverage, right? And while you're doing that, make sure you grab your pen. You grab your notebook, or some of you want to take notes on your iPad. That's fine too. But I want you to just grab everything that you need so that you can get ready to take copious notes and write down all of this, the information that is going to be shared. So thank you so much for going to grab all of that. All right. So everybody should have what they need. And listen, and just for a few minutes, I'm going to pour a little bit of mindset into your morning. And I always ask y'all this, right? So if that's all right, I want you to type "that's all right" in the comments, but that's all right. All right. And so yes, I'm live on 4 different platforms. I'm on TT, I'm on FB, I'm on YT, I'm on IG. And some of you are here in the moments. Thank you so much, Desi for God. I see it. That's all right. And shout out to Desi for God. She is my moderator. She's always holding it down and supporting and making sure that I'm good. And the chat is good and flowing. So shout out to her out there in Mississippi, a beautiful woman of God. And so 4 different platforms. If you've missed any of the episodes, today is episode 34. If you've missed any of the episodes, you can go back to my YT page, and it's Mindset Shift with Tiff. That's my YT page, and you can catch all of the episodes. You don't have to miss any of them. So do that. And so thank you for putting good morning if you are here live, and I want you to go ahead and put replay if you come back and watch the replay. And right now I can see the comments on TT, and then after the show is over, I'll be able to go back and watch and read the comments on FB, YT, and IG, and I'll be able to respond. But thank you so much for being here. Okay, so today's conversation is good, y'all. Like, it is really good. No, it's good, right? And let me tell you why. A lot of the time, you'll hear me say to you all, don't just be honest with me. Don't be honest with everybody else who is here watching the live, but be honest with yourselves, right? And so today, it's going to, again, require you to be honest with yourself. And be honest with yourself in a different way, not the surface level honesty, but going a little bit deeper and really checking yourself honesty, right? You don't have to worry about anybody else checking you. Like, would you check yourself, right? Would you get your own self in line and get your own self in order instead of, feeling like, oh no, did she just try to check me? Yeah, well, how about you check yourself today, right? So we're going to next level honesty, okay? And so because many of you have been praying for more, you have been asking for more, you have been seeking more, praying for the next level, but at the same time, you're still entertaining what doesn't align. And so today's conversation is a continuation of what we talked about yesterday. Because for some people, you need to get it again and get it in a different way, because sometimes it hasn't connected, it hasn't landed. Right. And the beautiful thing is, some of you were not here yesterday, so you need to hear this for the first time. Like, ooh, I was just talking about this. Oh, God just told me this. Oh, yep, I know it's tight, but it's right. I understand. Okay. And so what we're talking about today is that we're talking about what you've been entertaining is blocking what God is trying to release. Right. And so if this is your first timer, Praise Lady said, I'm checking, Lord. Desi for God said, LOL. And so if you're new here, I love for you to talk back to me. I love for you to engage and be interactive by way of putting your comments in the chat. And so let me ask you this. What are you currently allowing in your life that you know does not align with where God is taking you? What is that? And then you can put it in the chat and you can be honest, or you can write it down in your notes. Or you might need to take a second and say, wait a minute, what is that? Right? But I want you to type whatever that is, release in the chat if you are ready to let it go. And we've talked about this before, but I feel like it's worth saying again. It's worth touching on again. It's worth repeating because for me, I feel like some people still haven't let go. Some people still haven't released it. Some people still have not walked away. Some people still have not shifted. Some people still have not shut the door. Well, Dr. Harris, how you know? I've been there, done that, right? You know how many times I said I was leaving and I was done and it's over with? And I stayed right there in that familiar place, in that comfortable place, whether it was the workplace, whether it was a friendship, whether it was an intimate relationship. I know. So we don't always get it the first time around. We don't always move the second time around. We don't always take action the third time around. So it takes for us to hear it, that repetition. Like, okay, God, okay, all right, right? Because the truth is, God will not release what you are not ready to sustain. Right? So you say you want this blissful relationship and you want this to be happy and cozy but God, that's not the person for you. So it will never be blissful. It will not be comfortable in here, in this place. You two are unequally yoked. Right? You're not going to get the promotion at the job because I didn't call you to stay at this job for 5, 10, 15 years. I already told you it's time to shift because I have more for you. Your time here and this workspace is up. And so many times, it's not that God is withholding, it's that God is holding on to, no, it's not God. It's not God withholding. It's you are holding on to what contradicts what you're asking for. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. God's not withholding it. You are holding on to what contradicts what you're asking God for. Yeah. And so let me go to Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. It says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing, right? Put that in the chat. God is doing a new thing. And so the old thing cannot be in alignment and cannot go to the new place. And there's no room for that old thing in the same space as the new thing. Thank you, Desi, for putting that in the chat. Right? And so here's the part that people miss. Right? You cannot step into the new while you're still entertaining the old. Right? Write that down. I cannot step into the new while entertaining the old. And so some of you are entertaining, and let's get away from relationships, right? Let me just make it real plain and simple. It's conversations. I told y'all all the time, I don't like to talk on the phone a lot, hardly at all, right? And some of you are having, because a lot of people, it's toxic, it's draining, it's exhausting. And some of you are having conversations that drain you. Some of you you're in environments that limit you. I told y'all this plenty of times. You cannot elevate in environments that require you to stay small, right? Some of you are entertaining habits that keep you stuck. What's that? What's one habit that may keep you stuck? Getting up at 10 o'clock, getting up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, staying up all night scrolling on TT FBIGYT, right? Your mindset, that negative thinking, that may be a habit, that woe is me, nothing's going to work out. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if they think I talk too much? What if they don't agree with my voice, but I don't sound like everybody else? Those type of habits that keep you stuck. Oh, I can't move on and go to the next level. God don't want to use, he's not going to use me because of my past. I used to be a drug dealer. I used to smoke weed. I used to pop pill. Habits that keep you stuck. Yeah. Right. And so you're staying in those places, but then you're asking God, why haven't you changed yet? Desi for God said, woo, Jesus. Then you're asking God, why haven't things changed? And God is saying, well, you haven't changed. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told y'all we're not doing this surface level honesty today. We're going a little bit deeper, right? Like, did you ever think about that? Like, did you ever look at the person in the mirror? You up here looking at God, God looking at you. God, what's going on, God? I feel like we can talk to God like that. What's going on, God? Nothing has changed. God's like, well, daughter, son, you haven't changed. Like, if I really gave this to you right now, what would you do with it? How would you embarrass me? Right? How would you embarrass yourself? I'm not going to let that happen to you. You say you want more, but you keep walking around with these limiting beliefs that you have not let go of. You still worried about what the world says about you instead of what I have said about you. You're still waiting for permission from them instead of realizing that I've given you the permission. That's all the permission that you need, right? And so you cannot pray for elevation while still entertaining limitations. Put that down. Desi for God said, my God, I cannot pray for elevation while still entertaining limitation. And so, where are you out of alignment because of what you are allowing? And that's the thing. Oh, they did this to me and this happened to me. And oh my God, I can't believe. Well, what did you allow? Right? Because you wanted to make people feel good, because you didn't want to rock the boat, because you didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So where are you out of alignment because of what you're allowing? Is it in your circle? I told y'all the other day, for some of y'all who were not here, this is what I said. I said, if you picture your life as a theater, identify those people who need to be or who can stay or should be in the front row of your life, in the front row of the theater, right? And then you have to identify those people who need to go to the balcony of the theater of your life. And then there's some people who need to be put out of the theater, removed from your life altogether. Put people in their respective places. Set your standards and set your boundaries, right? So where are you out of alignment because of what you are allowing? So is it your circle? Is it your habits? Is it your thinking? Is it your environment? Is it your boundaries? And if you want to, you can put it in the chat. Yes, Desi for God said set boundaries. You can put it in the chat if you want to, or you can put it in your notes. Right? And so, yes, there were moments where I realized it wasn't what I was doing that was holding me back. It was what I was allowing. I allowed that man to play in my face. I allowed that man to lie to me, although I knew the truth, although I had pages, texts, messages, evidence on top of evidence. I allowed it. And so that's why when I finally broke away, I was so angry with myself because I allowed it to linger for so long. I allowed it to stay present for so long. So what are you allowing? Right? I could feel it, the misalignment, the tension, the disconnect between where I was and where I was called to be. And you have to identify that for yourself. And I had to ask myself, right? Why am I holding on to something that no longer aligns to or with who I am becoming? Ask yourself that question. Not only are you allowing it, but why are you allowing it? Why are you doing that? That's a real question I asked myself. I had to sit with that, even with relationships, even with people that I've known from a long time ago. And I'm like, why are you still trying to force this conversation? Why are you still trying to force this friendship? Why? Because at this time, we're just acquaintances. We just know each other now. Why are you still trying? What is it for you? Right? And so when I asked myself that question at that moment, I realized that letting go wasn't a loss. It was alignment. And I pray that you get there and you also have that same realization that letting go is not a loss, it's alignment. If people never added any value to your life, then why don't you just go ahead and subtract them from the equation so that God can multiply everything that you're called to. And so what you entertain, you give permission to remain. So at the end of the day, I just need you again to do the mirror work, right? Go be honest with yourself in the mirror. I was honest, like, okay, all right. I'm entertaining this. I'm allowing this. So this means I'm giving life and energy to this. I'm giving it permission to be here. And what remains, it will either support your growth or it will block your release. And so you have to ask your question. Ask those questions for yourself. All right. And so let's go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. And I shared this, Desi for God said, woo, I shared this some time ago. Don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. And that's not just about people. And I want to keep saying that. 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. I think I said 23. My apologies. It's 15 and 33. That's about anything you allow yourself to stay connected to, or anything that you allow to stay connected to you. Right? And so here's another question. What do you need to stop entertaining starting today? Today, 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 today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Today. What do you need to stop entertaining? Is it your habits? Is it your mindset? Is it the way you think? Is it the way you show up in your leadership? Is it the way you show up in your business? Right? And if you are ready to show up differently starting today, I want you to put I'm releasing in the chat. I'm releasing. Desi for God said, this man that calls me whenever he feels like it. LOL. Listen, come on, we got to be honest, right? That's what I'm talking about. She is going beyond the surface level honesty. She said, I'm releasing him today. Put it out there in the atmosphere, right? Your words have power. Put it out there. Let it roll off your tongue. Go ahead and put it out there. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy about it. Because at the end of the day, this is about your elevation. This is about your next level. This is about your winning season. This is about your transformation. So you do whatever you have to do. And this is what I mean when I say you will win no matter what. Go ahead and put it out there. Release it out into the atmosphere and release them. Release it out into the atmosphere and release him. Release it into the atmosphere and release her, because some men are in here too. Release it out into the atmosphere and release it. If it's your mindset, if it's your habits, right? And so let me give you this clearly. Your next level is not waiting on more effort. It's waiting on your release. Because what God is trying to send, it requires space. And the space that you're in right now is cluttered. It's tight. There's no room for God to come in. Your mind is filled with so many thoughts, negative thoughts, right? So many unhealthy patterns of thinking. What do you need to release so that you can make room for everything that God is trying to pour in? God said, I'm knocking on the door, but there's so much stuff right in front of it, I can't get in. And if your hands are full with what no longer aligns, you won't be able to open them to receive what's next. Yeah. And so if you've been here, you know that I like to give you application. I like to give you things to speak. Amen. And I like to give you things to do, to apply and implement in real time. Right. And so here's what I want you to do today, not tomorrow, not next week. Right. I want you to identify one thing that you've been entertaining. Now, listen, if you want to identify more than one thing, please, yes. But let's start with one thing. If that's all you got, if this is too much for you, if it's too heavy because you're so in this soul tie and this bond and it feels good, it smells good, it tastes good, it looks good. Okay, if that's all you got is one thing, give me one thing. One thing that you will stop in it, that you have been entertaining. Identify it. And then I want you to be honest about how it's affecting your growth. Come on, we're going beyond surface level. How is it affecting your growth? Is it that you can't get up in the morning? Are you always walking around like a Debbie Downer? Is it draining your energy? Is it taking your time, your focus, your attention? What is it? Right? How is it affecting your growth? Are you not speaking up and using your voice? Are you missing opportunities? Are you not responding to the emails? What is it? Are you shrinking? Are you hiding? And I like what Dr. Monica said. What did she say? Are you suffocating your voice? I think that's exactly what she said, right? How is it impacting your growth? So I want you then to make a decision to release it. All right. That too. Boss twins, release from stress. And replace it with something aligned, because release is not emotional, it's intentional. Felicia said, entertaining negative thoughts and creating overthinking patterns. For every negative thought, I want you to replace that with a positive thought, right? With a positive thought. We're just going to shift the language, right? Oh, I'll never be able to get on stage and use my voice and speak. My voice is powerful. The world needs to hear my message. Shift it. Oh, they don't like me. Oh, I'm too old to get started. All these years of wisdom, all this knowledge, all this experience is what I'm going to bring to the table. Shift it. And so this is where leadership shows up, because leaders don't just talk about growth, right? They remove what contradicts it. And your mindset matters here, because if your mindset is, oh, it's not that serious, I can manage it, you will continue to tolerate what is blocking you. And here is your morning tea with Dr. T takeaway. Here's the takeaway. I cannot receive what I'm praying for while holding on to what I need to release. And here's what I want you to write down. I will stop entertaining. And remember, we're not just talking about people, it's your thoughts too, it's your habits, it's your beliefs. I will stop entertaining what does not align with my next level. And as we close today's morning tea with Dr. T, I want you to remember you're not stuck, you're not lacking, you're holding on to something that no longer aligns. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you never changed your mindset and the way that you think about your life, right? If you never change your mindset, if you never change those habits, nothing will change. If you continue to in that habit of getting up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, well, guess what? You're going to miss all those windows of opportunities that were available to you between 9 and 11. Nothing will change. And so, in the moment you release it, you create space for what's next. Put that in chat. I will create space for what's next. God is knocking at the door. Will you make room for him to come in? Okay. I'm just going to leave that right there for y'all. All right. And so if this message spoke to you this morning, I want you to type win in all caps, WIN in the comments, and share this live with all the women who need to hear this. And I see your wins. And if you are ready to grow in your mindset, in your leadership, in your purpose, if you are ready to release, like for real, right? Felicia said, I will create space for the positive things to come. I love that. And that is an exact a perfect way to shift from those negative thoughts and assert that statement right there. And so if you are ready to shift your mindset, grow in your leadership, I invite you to stay connected or get connected with me and my women's community. It's called WIN, WIN, WIN Women Empower. And I have been so intentional with spending time with God and creating a space for women to come together authentically, genuinely, honestly, to support each other as we soar, scale, and succeed. And so this is a women's membership community. There are women in there from all over the world. And so you can go to my website, tiffanyharris.net/win women empower to get more information and see how you can become a founding member. And it's only $47 a month. That is it. And that is all. That's it. That's it. You are worth the investment for your personal growth, for your spiritual growth, for your professional growth, for your monetary growth. It all happens in this space. We are the number one faith-based and God-led international women's community. And this is your invitation to get connected and join us. So you can go to the website, again, find more information, and you can get plugged in. But I thank all of you for being here on today. I thank you for the shares. I thank you for tagging all the women. I thank you for coming back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you will not come back by yourself. A lot of y'all come in here and y'all go and grab women. Y'all calling them, y'all tagging them, y'all sharing, y'all texting them, and they get on up over here. And so I thank you. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. And so I thank y'all so much. And again, if you've missed the episode and you're just coming in, you can go to my YT page. It's Mindset Shift with Tiff. You can go over there. You can catch the full episode from today and any of the episodes over the last 33 days. Praise God. Today is episode 34. And so, God, I thank you. I thank you for your presence. I thank you for showing up. I thank you for showing out. I thank you for showing off, God. Lord, I just thank you for what you've done here on today. I thank you for all the women who are here, who have listened, whether they've been here from the beginning or if they just tuned in, or whether they come back and they watched a replay, God. Lord, I just thank you right now, and I ask you that you help them to release. I thank you that you help them to let go. I thank you that they will make room so that you can come through, you can come in and take over their life, God, and start to really pour into them all the things that you have waiting that's stored up for them, oh God. And so I thank you that in this season, they will make their next step a bold move, their next step a bold step, God. And they're going to walk into their calling. They're going to walk into their authority, God. They're not going to be afraid to disconnect from what no longer serves them, what no longer serves you, God. And so I thank you, God, for their strength on today, God. I thank you for everything that you have in store for them, God. I thank you for the next level. I thank you for the elevation. I thank you for the increase, God. I thank you for doing it for them, God. I thank you for the more that you have in store for them, God. And so I thank you that they will realize that you are not holding them back, but yet you are waiting on them, God. And so, God, I thank you. I thank you for shutting down all the negative thoughts, God, and helping them to replace them with positive thoughts, with thoughts that are going to uplift them, with thoughts that are going to encourage them, God, with thoughts of positivity, God. And Lord, so I thank you that they will speak it into the atmosphere, God. God, I thank you that they will speak what they seek until they see what you said, God. Lord, I just thank you. I just thank you that they understand the power of their words, the power of the tongue, God. And so I thank you that not only will they release it into the atmosphere, but it's going to be released in their lives. They're going to release it in the atmosphere. It's going to be released in their minds. They're going to release it in the atmosphere. It's going to be released in their habits, God. And so I thank you that they're not going to delay any longer, because we remember from yesterday that delayed obedience is still disobedience, God. So today, they will take action, God. And I thank you for those who started to take action even of this live, God. And so I ask you that you keep them covered from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. I look forward to them being here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jesus. And I seal this prayer in your name. Amen, amen, and amen. All right, everybody, that is it. Episode 34, it is a wrap. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm so glad that you enjoyed this word, this message. And so set your alarms, set your notifications, and come back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and bring the women with you. Have an amazing day, everybody. Take care.